Yeah, obviously we had a great week last week, winning both games at home, which was really important for us. A goal for us at the end of last week was to try to be 500 in the conference. We'd put ourselves in position to have that opportunity. So it was a lot of fun to see the way that we came out, and the way that we played, and to have back-to-back 100 games. 100-point games is pretty impressive, and I was really proud of the effort our guys put forth. And now, the challenge keeps growing. We go on the road to play two teams that are very good at home. In particular, Marshall coming up on Thursday. They're at the top of the league, playing great basketball, scoring a lot of points as well. So that should be an exciting game, an exciting challenge for our guys to try to step it up and see if we can't take it to the next level and go on the road and try to win a game. Well, Marshall, in a lot of ways, is almost like looking in the mirror. The way they play, they really space you out. They have a lot of shooters on the floor at all times, and they're a wrinkle that's different than us, is they don't really have a low post guy. Their 5 guy really stretches you out as well. So while we play 4 out, 1 in most of the time, they're 5 out most of the time, and it really causes people problems matching up, and they're able to shoot the ball from 5 spots. So it puts a lot of pressure on your defense. Well, against both of these teams, Marshall, they were undefeated when they came in conference play when they came in here, and so that was a really big win for us. It was their first conference loss, so I'm sure that'll be a lot of bulletin board material for their coach this week to have a little revenge factor on their minds, us coming in there to their place. And Western Kentucky's similar, although they were. We were kind of on similar footing when they came in. We played a very good game that game and beat them. So, they play extremely well at home. They have good fans and good history there. So that'll be a tough environment for our guys to go into, especially after the Marshall game, which I'm sure will be a fast-paced, energetic game to have a short turnaround and play an afternoon game on Saturday. Well, we're just going to continue doing the things that we've done up to this point. Our guys are playing with a lot of confidence right now. They're shooting the ball at a really high rate. 17 threes, obviously, in one game. And when you're shooting the ball like that, it just, continues to grow the confidence. So we're just not doing anything different, just continuing to work, grow, teach, try to take things that we need to get better in, work on those, and to try to keep guys in a groove, shooting shots and getting them up. This time of the season, particularly when you have Thursday, Saturday games, our philosophy is, try to go hard but go short, try to keep our legs fresh so that we'll be ready to play on the game on Thursday. I'll tell you what, it's been a crazy year. Obviously, when I got the job and the situation that I walked into here, and kind of being a blank slate. I mean, really having to go out and really put a roster together in a short amount of time, and then getting thrown into the gauntlet of a schedule that we had early on in the season. It was a real challenge. Our guys, not only were we young, but basketball is a big chemistry sport, and when you're 8 new guys trying to figure out a new system, new coaching staff, even learning how to play with each other, it just doesn't happen overnight. It was a little bit of a science experiment, the first 10 games, because we were trying to figure out rotations, which guys were going to separate themselves, what were the core group of guys that you eventually were going to have that rotation with, and a lot of it was just trial and error, honestly, at the first part of the season. But, we took our beating early. We had about a 10-day period there during the finals where we really got to kind of regroup, really look at what we were doing well, things that we were struggling with. And it seems like it really, settled our guys down. And really since, the Georgetown game, I felt like was when we really started turning the corner. Our guys really started believing, and they were starting to feel more comfortable with each other, with our system that we want to run, and we've just continued to grow and get better each game. Right now we have about, depending on the game, 7 to 8 guys. I've really shrunk the rotation down quite a bit. It was a challenge early on. We were trying a lot of different guys. Obviously, part of that shrinkage was losing Bernard Sullivan. Really probably our most talented player and senior leader when he got a concussion, and basically, we came to a belief that it would be best for him to not play anymore. It was a tough decision to make, but that shrunk our rotation even more. We actually had, at that point, when we started going with our small lineup, which really kind of allowed us to score more points, space the floor. Obviously, it's a little bit of a weakness on the defensive end and rebounding, but with Joseph in there, he's been a big role in kind of cementing the defense and the rebounding side of things, allowing our young guys to just kind of get out, run, and play their game. Well, I think I mean that's stuff for that's for the fans and the media and everybody else to talk about. I mean, you can't go back and play games over. Obviously, we would love to play games from the beginning of the season to be where we're at, but it just that wasn't the reality of where we were. And I really look at it as, in a lot of ways being the best thing that could happen to us. I mean, it showed us where you're at, a barometer, what we need to do to grow. Let our young guys know the level they have to grow to become a good team. And sometimes you have to go through those things, to kind of get you where you want to be. So I don't think we would be playing as good a basketball right now as we are if we hadn't gone through those times and had to play those difficult teams. So, I'm always looking for the positives and things. That's just how I approach it. And, obviously you get disappointed when you get beat, or, way we got beat a couple of games early on. But, you can either, sit around and pout about it, or you can keep working and try to get better. And that's just really the approach that we've taken with this team all year long, and they've responded. They have gotten better, and they've grown each game that we get to play.